market. Okay, so we still don't have daily wave three yet. So last time when we had a pullback, okay, I'm going to show you my SPY. So you look at this square, this is 2022, 1, 2, 3, and this is now 1, 2, 3. So the three length distance exactly matching, perfect. And then this is wave four. So we had a pullback, but didn't print wave four. We don't have even three yet. So I'm still waiting. But as you see, SPY, if you look at SPX and NDX, both daily, doji, right? Doji on top, like when you have opening and closing price at the same price, is what? Indecisive, right? So we have one tariff deal done with UK, but UK, as I said, is not significant because Trump always worry about the trade deficit, right? So, but we have trade surplus with UK, even though they are the number seven trading partners with us because UK, Britain money is more expensive than US dollars. So when you have a dollar, when you have your currency more expensive and labor more expensive than US, that's usually when we have trade surplus. Why we have so much trade deficit with China or other cheap currency countries? Because their currency and labors are so cheap, right? That's why our dollar can go a long way to buy their stuff versus they buy our stuff. Like when we travel to China, we're like things so cheap. When you go out in a fancy restaurant, order a few dishes, and it's only like 50 US dollar, 100 US dollar. But here, you go to a Burger King or McDonald's, it's already $15. So that's the difference, right? So that's what I mean by we don't really have a significant deal. And market knows that. So it's been really just ranging indecisive. Ideally, so SPX, I wanted to come back like at least where the breakout area, right? For SPX 54, 57. So if say SPX come back down here, if you look at the MACD is about to cross over to the downside. Could it like consolidate and then cross over to upside immediately? Yes, it could. Bitcoin did that. So if you look at Bitcoin over here, we thought it's going to cross over to the downside. And I was looking for where? 89,000, right? But because our President Trump tell people buy, and then market just shut up, right? So it didn't pull back. When you have President tell you to buy stock, I guess you better buy. If he didn't say all those trade deal stuff, I was expecting something at least to 55.46. Ideally, like breakout area. In reality, I really would like to have come back down 5,400, even the gap fill. Then we have more room to the upside. But because we have the carrots dangling in front of the market, and the market said, hey, I better not drop. I have carrots there. I might get it, you know. I don't want to miss it. So big money has been loading puts, millions of dollar puts in the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and they literally lost all that money. Now they're learning being smarter. They're double buying. Um, I don't know. I guess they don't use the wave indicator like we do. So I was playing like in the SPY. I was playing, so it really depends. If the wave one started from here, we are at 161.8 extension. But if we want to start here, then 580 would be the extension where the dotted line is. So it really depends. So it's so subjective, right? So for now, all the tickers we have, like I've been recommending over the weekend, I said avoid healthcare, avoid home building. But home building, I think we may soon have opportunity to go in. And the secure cloud security has been pretty strong. And I gave one a few tickers. Net and net I have been calling bullish since $90, right? Because I'm seeing this guy going to like all-time high or higher. So the earning was good. I guess this is not aftermarket. And so I bought 200 shares pre-market like this morning. I forgot how much I paid. 122 maybe. And then I had a little bit from the low 90 some dollars. So I totally have a small. And when they come back down here, I'm seeing this, and I said, if it drop here, then my position will be really in the water. I said, okay, it's fine. But because upside I'm seeing so high, and as soon as I see the this, and I went in. So anyway, because I saw 132 a few days ago, I think I talked about during the market recap. And bull is another ticker that I called. It's not a big, but it's somewhere like $4 for this ticker is a big deal, right? $4, that's like a 20-30%. So if you're in it, it's okay. ARM. So this morning I also bought a little bit ARM. 114 or 115, I don't remember. And then I sold it at 120. So just I've been trading a lot of shares during the daytime. Like the more I trade, the more I like trading shares more. And the reason why, because share doesn't have commission. These days I'm trading a lot more with my retirement account because I don't pay tax. And the personal account, it really just bought loaded from the loan and hadn't really touched it. I want to write what I loaded all the way back to monthly wave five. So what is that ticker? Yeah, so now that I'm bull 32. I think bull actually I'm thinking it's going back to all-time high. That's why I recommend it, but I don't know how long it's gonna take. So we, I mean, this wave thing is not like dropping below this line is considered to be invalidated. But you look at the value area low and the POC, look, their two are so close to each other. At least this thing would go to the value area high $30, right? $30 fine. But if you really go above 44, 45, then I can see $90. So that is that. And so for ES, let's go back to ES again. Was so I gave two green lines, I don't know, days ago. We couldn't take this out and end up being doji. So this the level that if ES has to take out this level and then close above to consider to be. So right now, overbought, negative divergence. I feel like I'm top. So if things you loaded from the low and you have cash, right now I'm like 50% cash. So what I'm doing, I have anything anywhere between 15 to 50% cash. And I do a lot of day trading. Um, so make sure I always exit something at the end of the day. So I have cash tomorrow. So usually my retirement account at the end of the day, I have nothing left to buy. Like literally $4, $10, $20. That's um but usually I can get out a few thousand just from shares without trading options. So I consider that's pretty good and no fees. Because when you trade options, you always have fees, right? And 65 cents round trip is $1.30. That's too much for me. So anyway, I'm being cheaper and cheaper. So the POC is also lined up with where I think it could drop to 55.46 is my level. This is 55.49. So I'm hoping at least to this level. And then we can go, right? So anyway, let's see what's happening. And I'm not gonna go into NQ. And so APP, this guy, I have target really high for this one. So if you want, you don't mind holding longer term, this guy I'm having target near 600, but it's going to be long term. And if you're treating your personal account and you don't want to pay um tax at year end, you could just hold it really. And Home Depot has been going up, so my target and upside pretty high too. I did not load, and UNP, one of the short ticker, tiny little bit drop. I mean, from our entry, probably $2, $3, really nothing. And Google, I think may revisit 146. That's why I put on hedge. Google has a lot of competitions on the search engine. I a lot of times I just use Grok on X, and it's really good. Like when I this time that I was preparing for my interview, and I will write up my own like tell me about yourself, right? And I write about like two, three, 5 sentences, like really short, like maybe 30 seconds to a minute, really like and then I use AI to say, hey, make this smoother. And I copy paste there and then they reword it for me. And then some of the things I adopt, some of the things, and I said I rewrite it and then, hey, make it smoother. At the end, it's really, really good. I mean, literally 5 to 7 sentences is like summarize my entire sales career. And no nonsense, very accurate. So I don't even use Google anymore. Google has a lot of competition, but it's still a good company. ACN. So I said ACN is cheap over the weekend. It's not up a lot, $13. $13, okay, it's not bad. But in the long run, this guy is $400-500 target. Wings too, right? So I got in wing 264. I think one of the days I prepare for market recap, telling you guys that's where I want to go. And I bought it. So that's already $13. I mean, it does take up a lot of capital. You say, okay, I don't want to hold it. Okay, fine. Just action and make a 1,300 bucks. Uh, GNRC is another ticker that I give. And this guy has been up $10. That's 10%, guys, in a few days, right? And it's break out, trendline resistance break out, right? So this guy upside target is really, really high too. I don't remember on top of my head. I think above all-time high. TWFO, I've been calling this ticker short-term target is 112, but long-term target is near 170. So that's still 60, 70% to go, right? So if you bought that and you want to hold down to 112 and sell half, and then if market pull back, it will come back with it, right? So say drop to 94, I probably low like 2,000 shares or at least 1,000 shares because how do you make money? I mean, if I tell you a ticker has 70% upside potential, would you buy it? Of course you buy it, right? So I'm not even interested in Microsoft as much at this point, because I see Microsoft 485 have about 10% to go, right? But I'm seeing this guy has 60% to go. So not okay, we talk about it, but I think in the long run, 170 is my target. But if you bought from low and then now 135, that's 50% gain. And if you want to exit half, 50%, that's fine, right? Nothing wrong with that. Team, I called out 190 and went to 140. That's $50 in a few days, guys. That's like 20%, right? So now you can enter again. You see daily MACD is about crossover to the upside too. And so this is good ticker to low some. ADSK, I called out, I've been calling out. I bought, I forgot how much I paid. I want to say 260 something. And then now it's 290. So that's a like 100 share, you made $3,000, right? So that's how you make money. TTWO, I remember calling out this on one day earning. I want to say this day, 202. And it went up to that's another 20% almost. So trading shares much, I mean, have no stress, I'm telling you. Trading SPX option, it looks like I'm making so much money. But when you listen to Bentley talk, he said, I'm so exhausted at the end of the day. Think about it. If I lead every day, 5 days a week, 4 weeks a month, that's how exhausting, right? So that's why I still called out, but myself, I treat less and less options. Like even the Palantir, another ticker, right? I called out long at 107 and it went to 120. That's $13 gain. That's more than 10%. But if you did option, I also called out the option. You made huge amount of money here. My upside target is 135, but here's almost ready to go again, right? So if you hold from here to 135, that's almost 30% gain, right? And I hold this zone I've been gaming 3 times, right? And that's also 20%. HIMS. HIMS, when I first gave was $30, I think. Somewhere here, that's when I called it. I said target 1, 52, target 2. So we hit target 2 and on daily, this I see this guy to 82. So if you went long here, your stop loss never triggered. And you add it on, add it on, add it on. I added here. This made so much money. If you have $10,000 and you bought this, how much you made, right? You made almost 60%, 40%. How much? That's $20. $20, that's 60%. That's pretty good, right? So, and you don't pay a lot of tax if you use your retirement account. And APP too, upside target pretty high. So now I'm eyeing, I think a home builder should have another small pullback. And healthcare, I think the pullback almost over. So I've been watching UNH. I sent a warning. I said, don't touch it now because UNH, I feel like it could drop really low. I haven't even looked at it, how much this guy is, UNH. What's happening? Why would it allow me? Hey, wait, I don't know what's happening. Here. Wall 385. I see this guy. There's no bottom. I see this guy could drop to 300. That's why I said do not touch it for now. However, if he does drop to 310, I'm gonna low cost heavy. I mean, healthcare is not gonna go away. Okay, so RFK have a little bit getting harder on them. Like the rejection rate is really high, and a lot of the things. So I did this spider wing on my leg, and you use a laser, right? The non-invasive, I guess, laser. And so they use the X-ray to guide the laser in your blood vessel, veins, whatever. And they charge you the X-ray and they charge you the surgery. So to me, it's like they sold me the candy and they charged me the candy and the wrap. I mean, I paid for candy, just give me one price, right? So all these kind of things maybe eventually gonna be looked at it, but healthcare is not going away. But definitely monthly is brand information is here, 310. So if you're now in there, don't touch it. There's no any green candle at all. So how's this home builder? I'm getting ready to go in, and I think daily should have a small pullback to 87 area, and then we can go. Let's look at it. XHB. So yeah, I'm seeing 79. It depends if you get above this and then made a higher low, this way will change. So BLDR, BLDR. BLDR upside right now 121. Weekly. I'm seeing this guy weekly 200 some. That's 100% gain, right? Who else? RH. RH. So on uh, monthly, I'm seeing this guy going to 800. So there are two MTZ. It's really high. You can't chase anymore. You still have $40 to go, but where do you go in? And PHM is also, oh, hey, this is still good. PHM. Weekly, you can buy this. PHM is good. It's already ready to go. I might just add this one like tomorrow. This is ready. Upside 60%. That's pretty good too. So I'm putting on my buying side. So anyway, so continue to hold the cloud security, the like ADSK team, NAT, whatever, at least half of it, and then we start to load the home builder soon. And so a lot of the old ticker like GNRC, our favorite tickers, Lowe's, Home Depot. I think this weekend I'm gonna do a little bit more scanning. Um, Even just for day trading, still good, right? So like what about Zoom, PayPal, right? Like XYZ. I don't know, XYZ block. I called out at 44 XYZ and it's 50 now. So XYZ, that's $6 gain. That's not bad, right? $6. Um, here, 44. So there's really no resistance until 56. And so PayPal, they have a lot of competitions. That's the issue. But PayPal monthly breakout, guys. See that? Let's look at weekly. Weekly too. See, weekly just getting started. The hot moving areas hasn't turned green yet. So I can see this $200. It did take out this pivot low, but it's if you have a low, high, higher low, higher high. No, we don't have a higher high. Sorry. This is really taken out this pivot low, but sometimes that happens. Doesn't it look like you're trend right now sideways because this low is lower than this. But this could be fake breakout and then continue go higher too. So I'm just saying if you buy at this price, it's not too expensive, right? So if you have money and you want to say, okay, daily almost pull back. I mean, yes, has to pull back at some point. It's not going to go straight line up every day. We have green days. How many days? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Many days. Dave, I know Dave probably really huge. Um, it's really hard to watch too many tickers. I don't want more things happen like TDD. What is the POWL doing? I haven't looked at POWL. It's been up a lot too. And on monthly, look, this is monthly trend didn't change. Can still go all the way back to here. So not a place like I wouldn't chase on certain tickers already very high, but on the tickers really low and the sentiment changed. I think it's at a good place to add. Like Tesla monthly is almost breaking out monthly. If you break out, you have low, higher, low, high, higher, high. Next level 520. That will be my level. Weekly too, right? You have low, like equal low. If you say low, higher, low, that could be just discard this one, low, high, higher, high, and higher low, and then come back on weekly too. And so AMAGO has a lot of room to go too, have about 240, 20%, 15% more to go. So plan your trades, like what you want to do, and plan your trade and treat your plan. So yeah, I have a few calls SPX. This could, like really, this, as long as this stay low, this is demand zone 30 minutes. We test it here. And I'm glad you guys belong. Um, here you have small, higher, low. It could continue go higher. So that's why 30 minutes, how moving air is about to turn green too. So it could go 57.50. If we close about 57.50, yes, tomorrow, then that's a very bullish sign. So let's see whether that's happened. So don't chase high. The ticker is cheap because the sentiment changed, not as bearish. Today, MOC was 2 billion sell. So we have so many like a tailwind behind us, like the stock buyback, huge amount of money buyback, and we don't have recut for until at least September now. No recut in June for sure. July, I doubt it because we don't really have a tariff deal all cleared. And then no meeting in August. So that leaves us September. By then, the 3 months delay on tariff is already over, so we'll have more information what's happening. And Bitcoin. So if you bought Bitcoin with me or MSTX, It's 300% gain already. So you bought a $10,000, $20,000 of this, it becomes 30,000 already, right? So there are so many things. You just have to be smart. Because when I say this guy 70,000 to 120,000, that's a huge, right? And then MSTR, eventually I said target would be 605. That meaning MSTX, MSTU has a huge up room. And I've been telling you guys buy $4. Now $4 almost 10. That's 250%. So especially when you have a smaller account, be smart how you like if you bought MSTU, your 10K, it become 25,000, right? I mean, and then this even haven't reached our target yet because MSTR is still $180 to go. And if $180 to go, I can see MSTU at least to 20. Okay, how many percent gain is that? And if you put 10K, 20K in there, you're 5,000% gain with no stress. So, okay, did I make all this clear from the very beginning? I shared Bitcoin downside, upside weeks before this thing even hit here. I gave this downside target. It was before even dropping. And now I give upside target. So how you use the information, right? Okay, guys, that's all I have. So tomorrow, in summary, as long as this low 56.36 holds, we may actually more ranging. And on daily, we don't have to drop. We could just consolidate and then here crossover and then go back up again. So it doesn't mean we have to drop. We could just simply consolidate and this MACD crossover and then going higher again is possible too. That's why we haven't really done much of puts, barely any. We put on a little bit like bear put spread and then we have some gain. I refuse doing single leg because it's just no high probability. I only want to do high probability trades. And Tesla, I think upside, isn't it 299? Upside target? Like 15 minutes? 15 minutes, I think. Okay, so 282 is coming about hourly. Hourly 299, 300. We haven't hit the target yet. So that's why we may have a little bit more room to the upside. But Netflix already hit upside target. I mean, very, very close. I consider this move is done. All right, guys. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Bye.